Our goal for this project is to make name using blocks of paper. You will need a piece of colored paper. You will need some strips of colored paper that are cut, and then scissors to cut them into squares. You will need a glue stick and a pencil or marker to write the name. To begin our project, we are going to have all of our supplies ready. And we're going to start off by using a pencil or marker to write your name. Now make sure when you write the letters of your name that you use up all of the space. This will make it easier too when you add the blocks later. If it's teeny tiny letters, it'll be hard to fit very many blocks on it. So I'm really trying to go for big letters. If you have a longer name, you could always use 2 pieces of paper and then tape them or glue them together. Once I have my letters, I'm going to grab 3 of my strips of paper, and I decided to use 3 colors, purple, green, and blue. If you wanted to just use 2 colors or 5 colors or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to put all of my colors together, and then I'm going to cut so that I'm actually cutting 3 pieces of paper at once. That'll save some time on cutting. I'm going to go ahead and cut a bunch of squares to start off with, so that I don't have to keep stopping and cutting. You can see I'm not really measuring, but I'm just kind of trying to guess about the size of the squares. Now I'm going to choose a pattern. For this one I'm going to start with the color purple. I'm going to stick it on the edge of the glue and then start putting it on my letters. And the pattern that I chose is purple, green, blue, purple, green, blue. Now if you wanted to, you could do a different pattern on each letter, or you could change the pattern up, or you could just do the letters like a solid. Like I could have had the first E all purple, and then the L blue, and then purple, then blue. You could do a letter pattern as well. So as you can see, I am just continuing my pattern by getting little pieces with some glue and sticking them on. I have followed the same pattern for my 2 L's, and now I'm going to go ahead and finish up by doing my A, but I ran out of squares, so I have to cut some new ones. And again, I just put 3 strips of paper together and cut them at the same time. And I'm going to go ahead and start my A. It's up to you where you start on each letter. My E and my 2 L's, I started on the top. But as you can see for the A, I started along the bottom. And if you have any lines that go across, like the line that goes across the A, you can decide what color you want to use to put in there. The smaller pieces that you make with your little strips, the more you'll be able to fit on your letters. If you make super large pieces, then you won't be able to fit as many. You can see the size of squares that I use are about the size of like my thumbprint. So I wanted to keep them kind of a medium size, not too big, not too teeny tiny either. Another thing you could do too after you're done doing all of your letters is you could use extra squares to make a border around the outside edge of your paper. So if you want to get a little fancy, and add a border all around the outside edge of your name. You could do the same pattern or different patterns or all one color, it's up to you, to fill up that outside edge. I did not do that on this one, but it would be a fun way to add some flair to your artwork. So I'm going to continue cutting a couple more pieces to make sure I can finish up my pattern, and we'll glue the last pieces on to my line. And my middle line of my A is still showing, so I'm going to go ahead and choose a piece to stick in there to finish off my letters. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope your project looks as cool as this one, if not cooler.